Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother Podcast. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. What is today? Today is Thursday. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother Podcast. I'm on live with you all every Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I also drop videos almost every day, so it's plenty of content for you all to watch. I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing, man, hitting those numbers, man. It has been a blessing to just have you all be a part of the community. All the comments and the things and the likes and the shares, man. I really appreciate every one of you. This show would be nothing without you listening, man. I don't care what I got to say. It got to be somebody to listen. And not only listen, but you guys been growing from the show. Thank you for everybody who has been buying the book Home Where Hurt Men Heal. It is, let me put it up for you. It's on Amazon right now. Thank you for everybody who's been purchasing the book. It's really been great seeing you all read the book, comment about it. It's been great. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you all. I got a half-hour show for you today. I want to get into what it means for a man to master his moods. Let's get into it this morning. What it means for a man to master his moods. It matters how you feel every day, because how you feel is how you operate. Let's get into it this morning. Again, thank you for everybody who's watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers, man. It's been great. How you all have been subscribing and being part of this community, man. I cannot be more blessed by this community and what everybody's doing. Let's talk about it. Mastering your moods. If you can master your mood, you can master your life. You know what I mean? If you can master your mood, you can master your life. I have not always mastered my moods. I'm sure some of us haven't always mastered our moods. Understand, man, that when I come on and I teach on this podcast and share my heart and share my stories, it's not from a place of height where I'm looking down on my brothers. No, I'm in the battle with you every day. That's why I'm so honest about my stories that I share. I share stories I've gone through, like even within days. I don't have to go back 5 or 6 years to find my flaws. I can go within days and find my flaws and where I haven't done things right, man. So I'm a part of the community, man. I'm not a leader of this community. I'm a part of what we're doing, healing together so we can be the men that we want to be. You know, it's easy to say, look, I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better employee. I want to be a better entrepreneur, businessman, whatever it is. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to be a better man for yourself. And really, all the things you want to do better, if you want to be a better husband, better father, etc., etc., it's really all about being a better man for you, being the man of your own dreams. I got a podcast on that I dropped maybe a few days ago. Are you the man you want to be? Go check that out, because it's important. It's important. But I think part of being the man you want to be and part of having the life you want to have is mastering your moods, man. Life always got something else to bring, right? Scripture says time and chance happen to everybody. It means that you don't know what's going to happen today. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what's going to happen in the next couple hours. But it's all about mastering our moods. How do I handle it? Can I control what's coming? No, but I can control me, like as it's coming. I can control me as life changes. I've been through all kinds of stuff, man. I lost a child, which is the worst thing I ever been through. I never imagined that I would lose my child. I never imagined that I would be eulogizing my own child. 18 years ago, my twins, my girls just turned 18 on Sunday. I never imagined that I would eulogize my own child, man. I never imagined that I would eulogize my own father and mother and take 3 losses in 5 years. I never imagined that. There are things in your life that will happen that you will never imagine. You will never imagine. You would never think they're coming. Some of you would never imagine that you would go through a divorce. You would never imagine that your kid would come to you and say that they're going through something that's blowing your mind. You would never imagine losing your job or having to change careers. That's what life is. Life is like that wind, man. You don't know when it's coming and when it's going. But one thing I learned as a man in manhood is the one thing you can control is you. You can control and you can master your mood. And that's what I want to get into today. I got a quick half-hour show, and this is what I want to share. If you can master your mood, you can master your life. If you can master your mood, you can master your life. I had a quote that I put up on Facebook. Find me on Facebook, Christian Winners on Facebook. But I put a quote years ago, man, and this is what I want to ground the podcast in today, is that a man who can master his moods, a man who cannot master his moods is not a free man. Let me say that again. A man who cannot master his moods is not a free man. that means that man is changed by everything that comes. No, the goal is to master me, right? So again, if a man cannot master his moods, he is not a free man. You're not a free man. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what house you live in. See, because understand this, and I say this a lot on this channel, that all the things that we add to our lives, all the external things, the cars we drive or houses we live in, those things will never make you a better man. Trust me. Trust me. If you can't master your mood in a 1-bedroom apartment, you'll be worse in a 7-bedroom house. Right? If you can't master your mood with a part-time job that pays nothing, you'll be worse when you make 6 figures somewhere. Because what it's all about is who you are within. And let me tell you something. Don't think that these external things is going to change you. In fact, external things really expose you. That money you make will expose who you really are. That money you make will expose the brokenness that you've been hiding. So understand this, man, that the car you drive is not that doesn't prove the man you are. It's who you are. You know what manhood is? Manhood, masculinity, manhood is about being fully yourself. Feel me on that. Manhood. Everybody wants to know a manhood. Oh, whether he take out the trash, can he fix a car? Can he paint a wall? Let me listen. Anybody can fix a car, paint a wall. All you gotta do is learn how to do it. Manhood is fully embracing who you are, right? Knowing your flaws. It's the power of self-awareness. That's manhood. Manhood ain't what your wife say you should be. Manhood ain't what your kids say you can be, right? Manhood ain't what a woman say you can be, because how does a woman know what a man is? You understand? So you can't keep on changing what your definition of manhood is for who you trying to please. Because I'm gonna tell you that the people are fickle, man. They'll love you today, hate you tomorrow. They'll need this today, they need that tomorrow. And that's why as a man, you can't flow with everybody's needs and desires or definition of what manhood is. Manhood is based on who you are, based on self-awareness and how you flow as a man. You got to get in touch with yourself. That's the biggest thing. The greatest thing you can do as a man is get in touch with yourself. Not everybody else, not what the internet says manhood is. I got into a debate yesterday on Threads about, and if I get into that, that'll take the whole podcast. But sometimes I'm mind blown by how men think. I'm also mind blown, bro. I've been on this on probably doing this podcast since maybe July of last year. I'm mind blown at the men who want to take no accountability for anything. I mean, argue you down about everything. I'm starting to realize what's happening in our generations. Men's minds are getting weaker, right? We're trying to claim masculinity, but we're moving like in a feminine way, and that we don't want to take responsibility. We don't want to have real conversations about us changing. Right? Everything that goes on is the fault of a woman. I'm going to tell you, we live in a twisted time now, and it's really a scary place. But thank God for our community. Thank God for you. Thank God for your sons that you're raising. Thank God for the family you're leading, bro. Because what we need now is men who aren't afraid to confront our issues. So again, we can not only be good husbands, good fathers, good managers, good entrepreneurs, whatever it is, you can be the man of your own dreams. You can be the man you desire to be inside, and everything else you want will be attracted to the man you decided to be. So let's get into it this morning. Y'all can jump in the chat anytime. And I also have Dear Brother, the advice. Let me put this up right now. Dear Brother, the advice. I always do the last 10 or 15 minutes of the show where I take questions so you or answer all the questions you guys put in the chat. So if you have some questions, some advice things you want to put in the chat, some things you need advice on, parenting, man, whatever it is, you're going through something with your wife, you're just trying to figure out something about yourself, I'll end the show to this morning with Dear Brother, the advice. So you can throw it in the chat at any time. And anytime I'm talking as well, you're invited into the chat to throw any questions and points of view in too. I'm not the only mind in this room, man. We all have things to offer. So if I hit something that you say, look, man, I got something to say about that, or you want to add to the point, we're a community, man. Help the room, throw your points in the room. So again, that's Dear Brother, the advice, and the chat is wide open. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother podcast. Number one, in order for a man to master his mood, the first thing you got to do is control the first hour of your day. See, I'm giving you practical stuff. Control the first hour of your day, right? A lot of times I'm waking up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Sometimes I'm waking up even 3 o'clock in the morning, right? There was a time for me, I'm going to tell you, there was a time for me, man, where every morning my mood was negative, because I'm the type of person to always rehearse what's wrong with me, right? I deal with that a lot. For years, I dealt with self-esteem. So it was always, am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? Is everybody pleased with me? And that began to plague my mind for months, man. I probably went through a 6 to 8 month sleep where every morning I woke up, soon as I popped my eyes open, or, when you're not fully awake, but inside you're consciously awake and your mind starts to go, man, I woke up for 6 to 8 months and I always had negative thoughts. Everything. Am I being a good father? You could have did this better. You could be a better this. You could be a better that. Why you don't have this kind of money yet? Why you this? Why you that? And every day for 6 to 8 months, I beat myself up before I even rolled out the bed. I would beat myself up in my mind. You know how my day would go? My day would go the way I was thinking as soon as I woke up. See, that's why I'm telling you, brothers, you got to you got to begin to control the first hour of your day. You got to decide, right? And how I got out of that 6 to 8 month block in my mind was I had to fight back. What does that mean? I had to fight back where I would get up, I would get in the shower, and I would begin to think I would begin to argue with myself on a positive end. I would argue with those negative thoughts. I'm just telling you how I came out of this thing. I would say, no, you are a good man. I would have to remind myself of the man I was so I can fight the negative thinking in my head. You hear what I'm saying? You got to fight that negative thinking in your head. And I know some people say, well, I'll just pray. I'm not against prayer. I'm a spiritual man. I get prayer. I pray a lot. But at the same time, you also have to give yourself another thought. You understand what I'm saying? Your mind is your slave, not your master. Don't allow your mind to become your master, because then your mind will lead you where it wants to go. Understand this. Your mind is waiting for a command. Hear this. Your mind is waiting as a man. Your mind is waiting for a command every day. And something's going to command your mind. What I'm saying is, in order to master your moods, you have to be the one to command your mind. You also have to be the one to fight for your mind. Don't fight for your money more than you fight for your mind. Don't fight for your things more than you fight for your mind. You hear what I'm saying? Because things come and things go. What you have to steady, my brother, is right here. How you start your day will dominate how your day goes. It will also dominate how you show up, right? If I'm feeling negative about myself, then it will show up when I confront my children, right? I wake my kids up in the morning to take them to school and things like that. If I'm feeling off, guess what? I'm not going to wake my kids up right. Feel me on this. You hear what I'm saying? We already live in this machine where you're giving away your time. You're rushing to work. You're rushing your kids to school. See, that's the age we live in. That's the machine. That's the secular system that makes us, everything is about speed, speed, speed. Get ready, get ready. Shove breakfast down your throat. Start your day. Right? You as a man got to say, no, I'm not starting my day like that. And even if you got to wake up earlier, you hear what I'm saying? Even if you got to start waking up earlier, well, Christian, man, I need my sleep. You do need your sleep, but you also need to command your day. You also need to control your day. So what I'm saying is, if you got to wake up earlier, man, to get some time, if you're a coffee drinker, if you're a tea drinker, if you're a water drinker, if you're a cereal eater, whatever it is, sit back and say, you know what? Let me start my day with my mind right. Right? Let me start my day. Don't just grab these cell phones as soon as you wake up. Don't let Facebook and what's on Facebook control your day. Don't let what's on Twitter or Instagram control your day, man. Put this down. Put this down for a minute, right? Don't reach for that first thing in the morning. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you, bro. That these are the things that screw up our days. These are the things that screw up our days where we're so inundated with trash early in the morning. We're so inundated with the needs of other people so early in the morning. Bro, start your day based on, how is my day going to go today? Do you know you have that power? I want you to know that, bro. You have that power to wake up in the morning and say, yo, this is how my day is going to go today. My day. I don't know how everybody else's day is going to go. I don't know what winds or storms are going to come. But this is how, as a man, I'm going to start my day. This is how I'm going to start my children's day, right? So when I walk into my daughter's room now, in the morning, I knock on that door and I give her a hug and a kiss before she wake up. Hey, wake up, baby. Let's start this day. Why? What am I doing as a father? I'm teaching her that her day needs to start with love. Her day needs to start knowing she's valuable. You hear what I'm saying? But in order to show her that, I got to show me that. Right? So how you start your day matters, bro. Get your mind right before your day starts pulling at you. right? Your day gonna start pulling at you. Some of us take that remote in the morning and turn right on to the news. You know how much trash is on the news? Right? How much trash is on the news? If you watch local news, it's telling you how many people got killed. If you watch national news, it's telling you what the president is doing and saying today. It's on politicians lying to you. Don't start your day like that, man. You decide how you're going to start your day. And I'm saying that you should start your day in a peaceful place where you can control that day. And that's important for you. So in order to master your mood as a man, again, this podcast this morning, welcome to everybody that's coming in. We're running live on Facebook. We're also running live on the Dear Brother podcast on YouTube. Hit that like button. Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Fred. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, my brothers. Master your moods. This is how you master your mood. How you start your day. Number 2, stop reacting and start responding. As a man, start reacting and stop reacting and start responding to your day. Right? So, or to the things that happen in life. Listen, don't let your moods make you impulsive. The worst thing you can be as a man is impulsive. Just impulsive, just everything just got control of your reactions. You got to react to everything. No, man. In order to maintain your peace, you got to learn to respond. Now, what's the difference between a response and a reaction? Well, a reaction is I'm not thinking. This person just said this, I feel this way, and I'm just going to react. No, responding is when I sit back and I think about what was just said. I think about what just happened. I think about the next 7 moves. Next 7 moves. You want to be a strong man? Strong man ain't got nothing to do with muscles and controlling everything around you. Being a strong man has to do with how you perceive what's happening around you, right? And how you can be 3 moves in front of everybody. I know if I do this, I know what's going to happen next. I know if I don't do this, I know what's going to happen next. That's how you have to think as a man. I'm telling you, I'm giving you manhood stuff. This is not how women have to respond. Women are reactors, and that's okay. But if you're going to be a leader as a man, you got to be a responder. A responder is all about pondering what's happening, thinking about what's going on, being in front of the situation. Some of you work jobs where people on your nerves, and you work jobs where you gotta work hard and it's a lot going on. Don't be a reactor. If you want to control things, it ain't about yelling. It's about knowing what's going to happen next. It's about knowing this person's character. I know how they're going to operate, right? I might want to flip out and go off, but that's going to cost me some peace. You hear what I'm saying? You got to maintain who you are. And that's about being a responder. So slow your pace down, man. When your wife make you mad, slow your pace down so you don't say nothing crazy. One thing about a relationship, man, that you got to realize is when you sit back and you really get to know the woman that you love, you sit back and you realize that everything she says is not always facts. Listen, the first thing a woman always does is speak from how she feels. And a woman won't think about it. This is how she feels, she gonna say it. And if you are controlling your mood, you will realize, hold up, this is what I call the third person in the room. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. This dating or been married. It's like this third person in the room where your wife can have this emotion that may be completely false, but she'll say it. Right. And I've been in situations where it's like, what are you talking about? That's reacting. Girl, you tripping. That's a lot. That's reacting. I've also been in situations where I was calm enough to say, that's how she feel, but that ain't true. And then I can respond differently. You see? So I want y'all to catch that. Pause before you speak as a man. Take your time. Pause before you speak as a man. I'm telling you, it gives you a moment to think. You know how many brothers is in jail right now or dead right now because they didn't pause? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You know how many brothers right now are either dead, in jail, in the hospital, messed up because they refused to pause. They just wanted to move on how they felt at the moment. You hear what I'm saying? Every reaction either builds your reputation or breaks down your reputation. Listen, it's hard out here for men, but this is why we got our community right here, right? Every single move you make either builds your reputation or breaks it down. Understand this. Discipline is choosing your response over your reaction. I'm going to choose. I'm not going to let life choose. I'm not going to let this situation choose. I'm not going to let this idiot that's cut me off in traffic choose. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not going to let this dude, you hear me? I was in the store with my daughter the other day getting her little breakfast on the way to school. And some guy came in, just bumped by everybody, bumped by me, right? I'm going to tell you, part of me, I wanted to flip out. I wanted to go off. But here I am. I got my 7-year-old daughter with me. I'm saying, all right, I could go off. And it was a day where I would go off. And I didn't care whether it caused a fight. Because if I feel disrespected, I'm going to let you have it. Right. And I don't care how far it's going to go. That was my mindset. That's my father. That's my father put that dog in me, that I ain't taking no disrespect from nobody. I don't care what go on. But in that moment, I had to think, I'm a dad, right? What's going to happen to my kid if I go off on this man right now, right? And how is she going to respond to me? How is she going to look at me then? How is she going to see men if she see her dad going off like that? It was a time I didn't think like that. It was a time I was a reactor, but then I had to be a responder. So instead, I let the man, he looked back at me. I looked at him, right? And I had a moment. And in that moment, I said, go ahead, brother. Ain't no rush, man. Go ahead. You might be going somewhere faster than me. I made a joke out of it so I wouldn't lose my mind. You hear what I'm saying? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother podcast. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. Good morning, Ron. Peace is so important to me. And how I start my day is very important. Absolutely, bro. That's very important, Ron. Peace is so important. And I need you brothers to understand this. If you maintain your peace, man, it controls how things go. Right? Some of y'all that listen, you don't have to believe the Bible or not believe the Bible, but I'm gonna give you a principle out of the scriptures. When Adam was in the Garden of Eden, man, the Garden of Eden went as he went. If he was at peace, the garden was at peace. Soon as he lost his mind, the whole garden lost his mind. What are you saying, Christian? Your family is your garden. Your children are your garden. Your finances are your garden. All the things are your garden. And all those things will be peaceful as you are peaceful. All those things will be in control as you are in control. But if you lose your control, your garden will go crazy. Your relationship will go crazy. Your kids won't know what to do. Your finances will be out of place. Everything will go crazy. That's the power of man. That is the power. Are you hearing me? That's the power of man. Well, we have the power to control what's around us, not with an iron fist, but with an attitude of peace, prosperity, and understanding. You hear what I'm saying? Very good, very good addition, Ron. All right. Master your moods. This is how you do it. Control the first thing we said, control the first hour of your day. Stop reacting and start responding. Number 3, your mood follows your habits. Your mood follows your habits, bro. There's one thing you got to be in control of. What are my habits? What are my eating habits? Right? How do I respond what are my habits? Is the first thing I do is go grab a drink? Is the first thing I do is go smoke? Is the first thing I do is have an attitude? Is the first thing I do is run to my safe place, which might be my anger? You gotta really ponder these things, right? My moods follow my habits, right? Am I tired all the time? Is my diet sloppy? You hear what I'm giving y'all? I'm giving y'all man stuff. You hear what I'm saying? See, it's a difference between waking up in the morning, warming your car up, jumping out the shower, getting dressed, jumping in your car, and going to get the craziest thing you can from McDonald's or some crazy restaurant where you stuffing your body with a bunch of salt and sugar and all kinds of nonsense. It's a difference. It's a difference. You know what I used to do? I used to go to Dunkin' Donuts, get my whatever egg wrap or whatever I was drinking, this strong coffee, and that's how that was my habit. Then I'm wondering why I'm feeling like trash. You know, that was years ago. I stopped that stuff. I stopped that nonsense. Now I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Y'all gonna call me an old man. I don't care. I'm at peace. I wake up in the morning. I go downstairs, right? I make some cream of wheat or some oatmeal. I make some tea and I sit there. I'm a boxing fan, so I'll sit there and watch a little boxing, or I'll sit there and prepare for the podcast if I ain't prepared the night before. I would sit there, drink my tea, eat my little oatmeal, and watch something I enjoy. right? It changes how your body operates. It's a calm approach. You hear what I'm saying? So pay attention to your diet. Pay attention to the structure of your day. How am I structuring my day? As a man, how am I structuring my day? Is my day in control? Is my day in everybody else's hands? Or is my day in my hands? Am I controlling my day? What's my schedule? You hear what I'm saying? Now, these things you're saying, well, Christian, that's a lot. No, it's not. I'm telling you that if you pay attention to your habits, number one, you'll see when you're off. That's another strength about understanding your habits, right? When you start eating all crazy, a lot of times it's an emotional thing going on in your mind. I'm telling you, your eating habits, a lot of times, will tell you what's happening to you mentally and emotionally. Listen to me, brothers. A lot of times your eating habits, right, will tell you what's changing about you. And if you can't, it's about tracking your life as a man. See, a part of being in control of your life is tracking your life. If you track your life, that means you understand your life. It's the power of self-awareness. If you don't track your life, you won't tell when you're going off course. Man, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna go in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat. Somebody's in this chat this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Noah. Good morning, Noah. Good morning, my brother. Good morning to you, man. Thanks for being here this morning. I really appreciate you being here this morning, brother. Huh? I'm telling you right now, you need to track your life as a man. If you can track your life, you know when you're going off course. Any of y'all ever been off course? Let me know in the chat. You ever been off course? You ever been off course and couldn't find what happened to me? That's the worst thing that you can do as a man. Oh man, I'm over my time, but we're gonna keep rolling. I'm over my time, but don't worry about it. You got to track your life. You got to track, right? The worst thing is to look up and say, man, how I get here? Dang, how did I wind up here? How did I wind up 20 pounds overweight? How did I wind up with this crazy anger issue? As a man, the worst thing you can do is look at yourself and wonder how you got there. Start to track your life. Track your life. When I do this, I'm feeling good. When I eat this way, I feel good. When I'm working out, I feel good. When I take this break, I'm feeling good. When I'm watching this on TV, you start to know the things that strengthen you so you can know the things that are weakening you. Are you hearing me, my brothers? When you track, I'm telling you, man, I'm staying here. I'm not repeating this because I don't got nowhere else to go. I'm repeating this because I'm telling you, you need this. You need this. Begin to track your life as a man so you can tell when things are going off. You don't want to look up 5 years later and say, man, I wish I had. Or, man, what happened to me? No, you got to know within 30 days that something is off. You got to know within 30 days, hey, man, this anger is really taking control of me. Right? Because they say this, habits start within 21 days. You do something for 21 days, it becomes part of your life. Right? So what if I start to see within 5 days, man, I've been angry lately. What is that? I'm serious, y'all. Hear me. Man, you know what? I've been feeling out of control. I ain't been feeling on course. You gotta know yourself, man. You gotta know yourself better than anybody else. You don't want, see, this is why I love one of the scriptures says, if you judge yourself, then you don't have to worry about the judgment of other people. If you judge yourself, you don't have to worry about people getting on your back. I know me. I know when I'm off. I know when I'm angry. I know when I'm moody, right? I know when I feel like I'm going to go back to an old past life. You got to know this stuff about you so you can confront it before it has control of you. Are you hearing me, brothers? Good morning, everybody. I want to say good morning to you. Right? Stability has to be your routine. Stability has to be your routine. Why? Because stability in your emotions allows you to control where you're going every day. Number 4, let's get into it. Today, brothers, some of y'all just coming in, we're talking about if you can master your mood, you can master your life. And the quote we started with this morning is, a man who cannot master his moods is not a free man. A man who cannot master his moods is not a free man. Number 4, let's get into it. As a man, you got to see the bigger picture. You got to see the bigger picture, right? Understand this. Your emotions aren't always real, right? How you feel is not always factual, my brothers, right? How you feel aren't always facts, right? You can be feeling angry. You can be feeling down. You can be frustrated. That don't mean it's a fact. That don't mean you got to feel that way, right? As a man, sometimes we're locked into the one thing that's going on. You know what you got to do? Step back, zoom back. Let me see the bigger picture. Let me see what's really going on here. You see, that's what I'm telling you. You got to be strategic as a man. Let me see what's really going on here. So I'm not reacting to one thing and it's really another. Y'all feel me? Don't be the kind of man I'm reacting to this and right so fast, but it's really another thing. No, take a zoom out. Pause. One thing they said about Michael Jordan said about himself, I never forget it. Y'all probably heard me say this on other podcasts before. Michael Jordan said, man, the reason why I was so good at the game was because I zoomed out and the game got slow to me. So everybody else up running up and down the court, missing shots and this and that. He said, when I would get the ball, everything would slow down. In my mind, I would make the game slow down. And when he would make the game slow down, then he said the hoop would get wider to him. So he can shoot that ball, and it seemed like the hoop was this wide. That's why he was able to make his shots. He would slow down and he would see the open man that nobody else would see. Why? Because the game wasn't zooming at him. What are you saying to us, Christian? What I'm saying to you is don't let life zoom at you. Slow down. Slow down. See the bigger picture, right? Your supervisor acting up. Wait a minute. They might be having a bad day. It might not be me. You see what I'm saying? Oh, my wife is tripping. I don't know. She might be going through something emotionally. Let me not take that personally, right? Your kids is operating crazy. All right, well, what's going on? You know, because as men, because we care about everything, we also blame ourselves for everything, right? Our kids could be going through something and it's like, well, they acting like this. What can I do better? Sometimes it's nothing you can do better. But if you're locked into just their emotion, you got to zoom out, right? If you're locked into your wife's emotions, you might blame yourself. And now you get into an argument that wasn't even there, right? Because you got to zoom out and say, hold on, how was your day? Give her a moment. How was your day? She might say, well, I had a bad day at work. And it was work and it wasn't you. See, this is why as a man, you gotta take the wider picture so you can know what's going on in your life. You hear what I'm saying? All right. Number 5. This is the last point for this morning. Again, I'm gonna end the show with some advice. If you want some advice about something before I close the show, I'll spend the last few minutes of my show. I'm doing Dear Brother the advice. So if you need advice on whatever it is, man, parenting, relationship, emotions, man, whatever you're going through, drop it in the chat and I'll end the show giving out some advice. All right, before I end the show. All right, let me see who's in the chat. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification button so you can know when I'm online. I come on live every Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm on live at 6 a.m. starting your day with you. Monday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm on live. Also on almost every day, even on the days I go live, I'm dropping some type of video. It might be from the car. It might be from my job. Wherever I'm at, I'm dropping some type of video, man. When stuff hits my mind, I share it with you all. Again, my schedule is I'm on live Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 a.m. And always go to the channel, the Dear Brother Podcast, because I'm always dropping videos, man, about a lot of things. So always be a part. All right. Also hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the community. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers, everybody. Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning, Tomar, my man. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. Good morning to you, man. Let me see. Ron McGee, this is 100%. This is me 100%. I put most blame on myself. And that has caused unnecessary arguments. Yes, I'm tough on me. Yes. And this is why, see, I'm glad you said that, Ron. Me too. If my kid going through something, it's something I didn't do. If my lady going through something I didn't do. My daughter's upset, it's something I didn't do. And sometimes, bro, it don't have nothing to do with us. But again, that's why we got to zoom out. We got to slow down. We got to control the pace of our day so we can understand, oh, wait a minute. Is that me? Is that something else? Right? Then you can know whether to respond or whether to pray. Sometimes you got to know just to be quiet and go sit down and watch some TV. See, it's all about knowing you and zooming out so you're not losing your mind on everything. Part of this thing, let me put your comment back up, Ron. Good comment. Part of taking blame says you're a good man. But controlling how much blame you take controls how much stress you take on. You understand? Because some men don't care about nothing. That's less than a man. A man who walk around not caring about nothing is less than a man, right? But you also got to understand that when you care so much about everything and you start blaming yourself for everything, then sometimes you can be the cause of your own problems. Let me see. It's because I'm a fixer. I put myself on the back burner a lot. Yeah. You know, one of the greatest things you can learn. Let me put your comment back up, Ron. You know, one of the greatest things we can learn as a man is that some things we are not the fix for. It's one of the hardest lessons for us as men, as fixers, right? Men are fixers. One of the hardest things for us as men is to know when not to fix. You got to learn that. And learn that some things aren't for you to fix, right? If you become a savior for everybody around you, you never help them grow, right? If you become a savior for everybody around you, you never help them grow. I'm going to go back to the basketball again. One of the greatest things a basketball player can do is be a team player, right? Michael Jordan was one of the best players ever all the time. He would score so many points, but they would never win championships. I was watching his documentary. And he said when Phil Jackson, his coach, sat down and talked to him, he said, "Mike, you're a brilliant player, but you don't know how to make your team better." Mike went back that off season, and you know what he said? He said, "All right, I don't got to be everything. I don't got to do everything. Because what? You weren't winning anyway. See, that's the thing. You're doing everything. You're being everything. You're not winning. If the goal is to win, then you can't lean on the fact that you're doing everything because you're not winning, right? The goal is he went back and he said, you know what? I got Paxson. I got all these other dudes on my team who are good. And guess what? They won 6 championships because he realized he wasn't the only one on the team that could play basketball. In life, in your family, your lady has skills, your kids have skills, people around you have skills. As a man, build a team. Don't try to beat a team. Build a team. Your family is the greatest team you can ever have. Build the team. Don't try to win. Don't try to be the one that hit the championship shot. As a father, as a leader, as a husband, as a boyfriend, whatever you're doing, the greatest thing you could do is sit back and make your team better, bro. The definition of manhood is not that you hit the shot and you done this and you did this and you built this. It is showing everybody else around you how to do it. Build the team. Build the team. That's a champion man, a team builder. All right. Lastly, let's get into it. Lastly, own your own energy. Own your energy. No one respects a man who is unpredictable. No one respects a man who's unpredictable, right? I'm talking about manhood right now. I know some of you saying, well, you know, people, you want to be unpredictable in dating and to be that in dating. As a man, you don't want to be an unpredictable man. You know, when you're unpredictable as a man, this means you're inconsistent as a man, right? You don't want to be an inconsistent man. Nobody ever knows what kind of man you're going to be today. No. And I'm not saying that you can't go through things, but be consistent. If you love your family, love them every day, whether you pissed off, whether you broke, whether you sad, whether you happy, whatever it is, show them consistent love. That's part of your manhood, right? Show up the same way every day, man, right? The greatest thing you can be as a man is steady, focused, unfazed by everything that happens around you, right? A man who owns his energy owns the rooms he walks in. When you at work, own the room, but you got to be a consistent man to own the room. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Let me close like this. This is how you win. Master your mood. Don't let challenges and setbacks change the person that you are. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm going to start like I began. Today we talked about mastering your mood allows you to master your life. A man who cannot master his moods is not a free man. Be a free man, bro, by mastering your moods. Don't let the winds of life throw you back and forth. That's why society is so weak now. We don't have men that are like palm trees, that we've dug so much. We've dug our roots so deep that we can take wind and we can bend back and forth, but we don't break. See, men, these new generation of men, they have not dug deep roots. They're more worried about how they look above the surface than how strong they are beneath the surface. If you're going to be a strong, durable man, you got to know who you are beneath the surface. Forget what people think. Forget what people see you have, or forget what people think you are. You got to know who you are. Know what you built. Know what kind of man you are, and be unfazed by the wind. That's what kind of men we need today, my brothers. Listen, man, thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. Always remember, man, you matter today. You matter to me, you matter to your family, but make sure you matter to you. Walk this life out, man, with no fear and no shame and no compromise. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And like we always end the show, say it with me. Yesterday is history, and tomorrow is a mystery. All we got is right now. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do about it? Hey, bro, I'm proud of you. I love you. Be brilliant today because you absolutely are. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'm out of here.